What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Mike from NYC, and we back with another reaction. Today we are watching Damian Lillard full interview 2021 NBA Media Day. I don't know. I don't know. You know, today was Media Day, so I feel like I wanted to check out and see what dudes had to say. I'm really interested. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to tell where we're going to be by the first 20 games of the season. Not because of the talent level per se, but, you know, the coaching. You know, even though our team did get significantly worse. I'm interested. Let's just see what Dame got to say. You feel me?
Guys, here with Dame Lillard. Dame, it's one of these summers where you guys have got your minds right, got your bodies right. How good can this team be?
I think we can be a really good team. You know, I think it's each season is
Oh, bless me.
So many things that play a factor into how successful you can be, but we just got to make sure that we control the things we can control. You know, there'll be more talented teams, but if we show up every day and, you know, and we committed to the defensive end and sharing the ball and everybody wanting to be stars in their roles and do whatever it takes for us to be successful, I think we'll definitely have a chance to be in the playoffs, and we'll be competitive in the playoffs as well. So we just got to take it a day at a time and not skip steps. And if we do that, then I think we'll find ourselves in a good spot.
I like how he kept it a buck. He didn't say, you know, well, I think we can make the. I mean, I've never known Dame to be a liar. I've never really paid attention to media days like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad he kept it real. You know, if we can control what we can control, if we stop doing dumb things on the coaching end, we're committed on defense. You know, we maximize our potential. They'll make the playoffs with Dame. They'll make the playoffs, especially if the coaching is right and the talent that they have. They're good enough to make the playoffs, and they will compete in the playoffs. They probably won't do much in the playoffs, but they'll make the playoffs, and they won't be an easy out. And I feel like that's as real as it gets, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of it, though, is being committed on the defensive end and the coach just having a smart brain. Like, you know, I think last year we were really talented offensively, and I think we made Dame work too much on the offensive end. Dame took too many 30-footers. Like, he can hit those, but we were kind of, like, reliant on those. Like, high pick and roll, hard hedging, and then he just pulling up from 30. Like, that's not something that we should be reliant on. That's not something. I mean, it's fairly consistent, but it's just not. It's not efficient offense, you know. So I think the thing I'm looking out most for is how Chauncey Billups is going to have this team looking. You know, maybe I'm underestimating their talent because they did lose Melo, they did lose some pieces, and they did gain some pieces I don't really care too much for. But I'm glad he kept it a buck.
When you know that all the guys have bought into this new mindset of playing solid defense, because offensively, you know you guys can score. When will you look to your left, look to your right, and say everybody's bought in? I think you'll know everybody's bought in when you see the trust start to develop, where we just doing our jobs and things are kind of flowing and we having success. I think when you get to that point where everybody's talking, everybody's where they're supposed to be, and then you start to trust each other, and then it's second nature, and things become a habit. You start to be successful on that end. You know, things start to feel right, and you know, you start to benefit and be able to get out and play in transition and not play up against a set defense offensively when you're on a string. And I think once we get to that point, then you'll know, like, okay, this team looks different defensively. They're bought into, you know, the new schemes and principles, and they're going to be a better team because of it. Sometimes people say you're loyal to a default. I know you have a good relationship with your organization. You have a strong relationship with CJ. How do you guys muster up enough leadership to really make a full push for the finals?
I think it's part of it that makes us really believe is that, you know, we've gotten so close before. And the league gets better every year, but we got there by just being a unit. You know, we got to the Western Conference Finals being a unit. We got there by believing and, you know, sticking together and just doing things the right way.
And me and CJ have been together a long time, and we feel like that's what it is. We can get there, and once we get there, anything can happen. Anybody can be beat. It can be anybody's moment. So that's how we see it.
I'm just looking at their roster. I think that it looks like they still have Robert Covington, which is good. They have a lot of young players, which I feel like will be good for the regular season, just in terms of like on a night-to-night basis. They have Dame, CJ, and Norman Powell, which is a good scoring backcourt. I guess if you want to consider a small forward a part of the backcourt. They have a good scoring guard rotation. All of them can average over like 22 points per game, and Dame can get you 30 points a night if it's necessary. He's capable. So I think the scoring will be there. I just think that our defense isn't really we don't have a team built for defense. Dame isn't really the best defender. CJ's not a good defender in my opinion. Norman Powell, he's a good defender, but I don't think he's a shooting guard at heart. He's not built to really guard small forwards. I think we still have Robert Covington, which I think we can get more out of him. I think Chauncey Billups will be able to get the most out of Robert Covington. And Yusuf Nurkic has never really been the best. He's a good rebounder, a good scorer, a good roll man. Never really been the best on defense. We do have Tony Snell, which we do have Simons, we have Nassar Little. We have some guys who I'm confident are going to be able to defend. Larry Nance, from what I believe, is a good solid defender. Ben McLemore, who is pretty athletic, who can probably has the capabilities of defending if coached right. So honestly, like I said, I'm really just want to see what Chauncey's going to do.
And how important is it for you guys to get home court advantage? You have a great fan base out there in Portland, but having home court in the Western Conference is huge. How big is it for you guys?
Not really.
I think it's huge. We've had home court in the past and still lost, so I don't think it's everything, but it's definitely important because of the advantage that we have being home, and just the fact that you're going to be having stiff competition. Like I said, the league is getting better. The West is always really competitive, top to bottom. So having that home court advantage is really helpful in the playoffs, and that puts you in a position where even if nobody wins a road game, if you got that home court advantage, you're in good shape.
True.
And so much is talked about the head coach and the point guard being on the same page. But wait a minute, your head coach used to be a point guard too. Take us through that early relationship, how you guys have gotten.
Look at Dame. Look at that smile. Feel me? Look at that smile. He I got a coach I really fuck with. I actually fuck with Chauncey. I got high hopes for Chauncey, man. I'm going to be real with you. I've never really been a fan of Terry Stotts. I got high hopes for Chauncey.
Start.
We've gotten off to an extremely great start, and I think part of it has to do with the fact that we knew each other prior to him becoming my head coach. And just from the jump, as soon as he got the job, we was on the phone. I was working out when I came back to Portland. He was at the workouts, jumping in the workouts. We talking through stuff. We was locked in right away. And I just think his experience as a player and the fact that he played my position, it gives us a lot more to talk about. And we connect over a lot of things. So we definitely off to a great start. And, it's important for me to be a part of his success as a head coach. We don't have a lot of African-American head coaches that walk into the greatest opportunities. And, him coming in here, I want to be a part of his success, and I know that he wants to be a part of my success. So, that's something that I'm going to burden myself with, and something that I'm going to take pride in for myself. So, hopefully our season can get off to a great start.
Facts.
Speaking of that pride, speaking of that success, what does success look like for Dame Lillard this season?
Just getting the most out of our team, and I think the beauty of that is that we don't know what that is. It's come in every day, do what you're supposed to do, work hard, be together, be sharp, don't skip steps, be detail oriented, and be competitive. Have faith that we can get it done. Every time I've been on a team that had that, it's been a good turnout. Even if it wasn't the ultimate turnout, it's been a good season. So hopefully this will be the season, or this will be a building block into whatever the season is, that we can get all the way there and make it happen.
Well, stay healthy as always. I appreciate what you do, and I see you down the road.
I appreciate it, man. Good to see you.
Let's see. Let's look at the Western Conference. Let's maybe make some predictions about where I think they're going to Western Conference. Okay, so I need to see them like, okay, 15 teams. Okay, we got the Warriors, Rockets, Lakers, Thunder, Jazz, Blazers, Spurs, Nuggets, New Orleans, Mavericks, Clippers, Timberwolves, Grizzlies, Suns, Kings. Rockets obviously won't make the playoffs, especially if they trade John Wall. But even so, they won't make the playoffs. Timberwolves won't make the playoffs. For sure. These are the for sure. OKC's not making the playoffs for sure. Kings, they have good talent, but I don't believe in them to make the playoffs. So you got the Warriors will probably be higher seed. Lakers probably be higher seed. Nuggets probably be higher seed. Utah probably be higher seed. Clippers could easily not make the playoffs, low key, because you got the Warriors for sure. Like with Klay Thompson back, I feel like they're shooing to make the playoffs. Like you add an all-star player to a team that barely missed the playoffs, or you add an all-star player to that team, they're making the playoffs in my opinion. And then the Clippers could easily miss. So you got the Nuggets for sure, Lakers for sure, Warriors for sure, Jazz for sure. Those are my only for sures. 4 for sures. The Spurs, they just lost DeRozan and Aldridge isn't there, so they're certainly not making it. So who do I have that might make it? I have Portland, New Orleans. I don't know if Mavericks are a shoo-in. I mean, if Luka is as good as I say he is, then they're gonna make it. So I would say 5. So you have 3 slots for the Blazers, Clippers, Suns. I didn't even put the Suns. Shoo-in. All right. Hold on. So we got the Lakers, Nuggets. Nuggets for sure. Jamal Murray? Let's put them for sure. Lakers, Nuggets, Suns, Warriors, Lakers, Nuggets, Suns, Mavericks, Warriors. That's 5. For sure, in my opinion. The Suns for sure, Nuggets for sure, Mavs for sure, Lakers for sure, Warriors for sure. Jazz, I would also probably put them very, very most likely, because they're a great playoff. I mean, they're a great regular season team, so I'd put them in there as well. And then you have, for the 2 spots left, you have the Trailblazers, the Clippers, the Grizzlies, and the Kings could maybe sneak in there, even though I have very little faith, but they do have the talent. So I mean, it'll probably be because the Clippers could very easily, I would say the Blazers would probably make it out of those teams. And then you have, for the last spot, you have Clippers, Grizzlies, and then maybe Kings. I mean, New Orleans could if the Kings can make it, New Orleans can make it. New Orleans is more talented than the Kings, Yeah, I mean, out of those teams, though, I would say Paul George is the best player. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm very interested to see how we look this year, because I still feel like the Blazers can get somebody in the offseason to help them. next off season. I don't think we're gonna do anything this year. But I think what's prevented people from coming to that team is just like they're just very poorly coached. I feel like Portland's not a small market. They're not a big. They're just like a kind of a middle team. Like I would want to go visit Portland. Portland sounds lit, but it ain't Los Angeles and it ain't New York and it ain't Chicago. It ain't Texas. It ain't Florida or Georgia. It ain't none of, or Atlanta, more specifically. It ain't none of those places, but anyway, definitely let me know what you think. Definitely like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like these type of videos, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.